Hi, welcome back to Rachel B Talks Emmy. I do apologise if I sound quite nasally, and I did in my other two videos. I went to the doctors and I actually have tonsillitis, so you can kind of tell like around, I don't know how I'm looking at the screen because I can see it, like around here it's quite swollen. So I'm on penicillin and I hate penicillin, it makes me feel proper poorly. But yeah, so I have tonsillitis and this nasty viral bacterially infection-y thing going on. Anyway, today my video is going to be me talking about what I think CFS slash ME kind of is. There are a lot of kind of ideas that I've read around, and I got this booklet from my specialist that had lots of different ideas about what they think it might be, because they're not quite sure. So personally I think that it is a heightened immune response all the time, which is kind of to do with like your hypothalamus and like your adrenal as well, which well, the hypothalamus is in your brain, and then there's the pituitary gland as well, so I think it might be to do with them, and then maybe your adrenal glands as well. Like that was something that I kind of read there on about adrenal fatigue or something, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I think that, yeah, it's this immune response that is happening constantly, so your body thinks that it's poorly and it's fighting off, you know, these pathogens being bacteria, viruses, parasites, fungi, you know, that's kind of what pathogens are. And basically, yeah, that's what I think, that your body constantly thinks that it's fighting these things, and that's why when I had my blood tests done I had a heightened white blood cell count, and that was it. Like nothing else was wrong. My hormones were fine, my sugar levels was fine, my calcium was fine, my vitamin D was fine, like everything was fine, and I just had this slight heightened immune cell, like my white blood cells were high, which indicates an immune response going on. So when you have a cold or a chest infection or anything, you catch something, your immune system has a response, and there are different responses that your immune system does. There's the humoral response. Now this is why I'm going back to my degree I did biomedical science. There are two responses that goes on. I cannot for the life of me remember what the other one is. That's really bad. I'll probably put links in the description, like when I can remember exactly what the different responses are. And basically your body fights off the pathogen that's inside, and if you've had it before you get rid of it quicker, and your immune response is a lot more rapid. And so if you catch something for the first time, your kind of immune response kind of does this, woo. But if you've had it before, it just goes straight up, because you have memory cells inside your body, and they basically, each one is different, and they remember specific pathogens. And if you then get sick, the memory cells are like, is that it? No, I don't know that one. Oh, is that one it? Oh, no, I don't know that one. Until one's like, I know that. Yes, guys. And it multiplies and multiplies, and then your body can attack it really quick because the memory cell recognises it. And it's very, very complicated. I had to go into it at a like really, really detailed level, so all about like the antigens and the T cells and how they attach to the different antigens, and then it does this thing, and so, oh yeah, it got really complicated, and I won't go into it because it made my brain hurt. But basically this is kind of what I think is going on, which to me kind of would explain why I constantly feel like I have flu, like with the aches and the tiredness, and you know, and I think also kind of would kind of explain why I get sick a lot. So I'm really prone to catching illnesses, which is really frustrating, because I also get them quite bad. So when I get a cold, it affects me really badly. I can't breathe, and then it just goes straight to my chest, which is also to do with my asthma. But I get them very, very often. So if there's someone at work who comes in and they have a cough, I'm going to get it, and I know I'm going to get it. So this tonsillitis thing, there was a girl at work who had tonsillitis, and we must have accidentally shared the same cup, or she didn't wash it properly, like after she'd used it, and then I caught it, and now I'm really quite poorly. And I've actually had kind of this for about 3 weeks now. I got sent home because I was really poorly. I felt really dizzy and I was really hot. I had a really, really high fever. Went to the doctors and she was like, yeah, you've got a really high fever. I think it's a viral infection. Go home, you know, rest up, this, that and the other. And it just hasn't gone away. And I had a bit of a sore throat and I was sneezing. And then I think from that, because my immune system was fighting that, I was just more prone to getting something else alongside it. And now I have tonsillitis. Which then, because of how the ME affects my immune system anyway, I don't know, like, I do know that other people who have ME or fibro do find themselves getting sick more often, and that's another reason why I've kind of think, well, it must be to do with the immune system, because they're getting more sick and are prone to getting sick, and if they know that someone has like a chest infection, we stay away. I mean, I stay away. If I know anyone who has a chest infection, I'm like, really sorry, I'm not going to come and visit you because I'll get it and I'll be really poorly. So that's why I kind of think it's to do with the immune system, because I know people who have similar kind of issues as me, where they will, if they are around someone who is sick, they will get sick and they'll get really poorly, and it affects my ME. So I'll be more achy, I'll be more tired and stuff like that, which is why I am convinced that either it's one of the main reasons or it's definitely integrated, where I think it must be to do with the immune system. Because, you know, if you think about someone who has flu, they're tired, they're achy, they're fatigued, you know, they have all the same kind of symptoms, and that's how I describe it to people. If they're like, well, what does it feel like with your ME? Or you're just tired all the time? I'm like, well, no, it feels like I have constant flu. I'm tired, everything aches, like it properly hurts, and it's not just, apologies, it's not just feeling tired, it is fatigue. Like, the word fatigue, people don't kind of understand the degree of the tiredness. So it's not just feeling, oh, I need to go and have a nap. It's real tiredness where sleep doesn't help, and then your body feels tired. It's not just that your eyes are drooping and stuff like that, it's like your body feels tired, and it is like you're poorly. You know, if you think, for someone who is able-bodied who is watching this, if you think of the last time that you had a really bad cold, and you know, you were so tired and everything ached and you just couldn't be bothered to do anything, sort of like that, but worse. And then you have all these other symptoms that go along with it, which I'm still trying to work out, like, why some of them kind of happen. I guess, like, when you have flu, you are a bit more confused and you're like, what's going on? I don't really know what I'm doing. How do I make dinner? And kind of similar things like that. And then also when you have flu, you've got these crazy temperatures going on, like a fever. And I get really bad temperature dysregulation. So my temperature can be all over the shop. So everyone at work will be like really hot, and I'm sat there and I'm like, ooh, I'm really cold. Normally, oh, that was a long one and that really hurt. Normally, it's the other way around. So everyone will be really cold and I'll be absolutely roasting. I'm like, oh my god, it's so hot. Like, and I'll be in a t-shirt, like I'm in a t-shirt. And when I'm at work, I'm in a t-shirt. I have a lab coat on, but I'm in a t-shirt underneath. And normally, I'm actually in really thin trousers because I get too hot. There's one part of my job where I'm in this really warm room, and I have to have a fan on. If I don't have that fan, I will pass out, and I have nearly passed out in there before because I've been too hot. Whereas everyone else in the room is like, oh yes, it's really good temperature, it's all good, and I'm just there like, I'm dying, I'm too hot. You know, it's, yeah, my temperature regulation is all over the shop. So I think that that's another thing that's kind of related to the immune system and like your hypothalamus, because that is one of the core parts of your body that is to do with temperature regulation. Your hypothalamus actually regulates a lot of things within your body. So that's why I think one day I will do a video where I don't yawn. And that's why I think that there's also something to do with that in there, because of the different responses that are to do with the hypothalamus that are a bit off. So yeah, that's kind of my take on it. I've probably missed some stuff out because I haven't actually got it in front of me this time. I've done this all off the top of my head, which I think is really good for me because normally I forget. But yeah, I do know that some people think similarly to me, but if you guys want to have a discussion about it or have any thoughts, please do comment. Please tell me your thoughts, what you think it is. If you're a healthcare professional and you have seen this, tell me what you think, because I would like to know what different healthcare professionals think, because I know that there are some that think it's all in our heads and that it's not a real physical illness or disability, and that really, really annoys me. Anyway, so I'm going to stop now because this has gone on far longer than I thought because I rambled, but I hope that you found it interesting, and I will see you guys later. Okay, bye!